So how do you fit years of your life into a couple of bags? You really can't. And at some point, you'll have to make a decision on what to take and what to leave behind because space is going to be a constraint, to be really honest. And naturally, you'll want to save to take things that you don't get in the UK. Let me tell you this, you're making a big mistake. I get it. It is a big move. You're probably confused, and I would be too. But here's the thing. Once you move to the UK, you might have already made a really big mistake, which is why it's important for you to plan ahead. And I know you probably have a lot on your plate, which is why I'm doing the heavy lifting for you. So in today's video, we're talking about the things you must absolutely not buy once you move to the UK. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ashika, and let's dive in. Do not buy electronics in the UK if you can help it. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking that electronics in the UK are cheap because you're associating it with the US, where electronics are really cheap, but that's really not the case. So you have to understand that the cost of an item is partly because of tax and partly also because of where it is sourced from. In the case of the US, a lot of items are cheaper because they've been sourced or assembled over there and their parent companies are associated over there. That's not really true for the UK. The other thing is the tax component. The tax component is really high in the UK as well. Now put it all together, and electronics in the UK tend to be a lot more expensive than a lot of other countries, including India. Let's take a look at this. A MacBook Air with an M2 chip costs £1,249 in the UK, but it costs £119,900 in India, which is approximately £1,200. And that's a difference of £48, which is about 5,000 rupees. Now, the same goes for electronics, phones, earphones, watches, all of them. They're all cheaper in India versus the UK, and I'm guessing they might be cheaper in whichever country you are from as well. Now, something you should consider is getting international warranty if the value of the item is very high, and especially in the case of like phones. Laptops, not so much. I mean, I've been using my MacBook for about 6 years now and nothing has gone wrong. So not too stressed about that, but maybe phones because, well, you can lose it really easily. All right, next. There are certain clothing items that you should not buy in the UK. You might be tempted, but don't. Items like loungewear, like nightwear, like pajamas, socks, daily wear t-shirts, a lot of them tend to be a lot cheaper in the country you're coming from. And think about it for a minute. Now, if you're coming from a country where loungewear, nightwear, daily wear is not expensive, buy it in your home country. And let me explain why. A pair of pajamas probably cost about $500 a set in India. But if you, and this is something regular, I'm not talking about luxury or anything like that. But if you try buying an equivalent pair in the UK, you will spend nothing less than £15, which is approximately 1,500 rupees. And there's a big price difference there. And you're obviously not going to need just one pair. You're going to need multiple pairs, especially when it comes to nightwear, when it comes to loungewear, when it comes to a pair of socks, right? You can't just have one pair of socks. And that's how the costs add up. So these are really small items. If you pick them up in your home country, you're going to save a lot more versus buying it in the UK. The same goes for joggers. I didn't buy too many when I was in India thinking I would come here and get them. And the price was substantially different in the UK versus India for about the same quality. The bottom line is if you need daily wear, and especially if you need multiple pieces of it, get it from your home country. But once again, don't buy warm clothes in your home country. You're probably making a mistake. Buy it once you move to the UK. Hang on there. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button now. Now, the next thing is something you're probably not going to think of, but here's the thing. About a month after moving to the UK, we were craving Indian food really badly. And so we naturally went to a store and looked for Indian packaged food. So there was packaged chicken tikka masala and packaged butter chicken. We were very excited and we brought it and took it home. And we were excessively disappointed. Now, here's the thing we realized when it comes to buying packed or pre-made Indian food in the UK. A lot of gravies, the first thing, a lot of gravies taste the same. Like you probably taste butter chicken masala and chicken tikka and think they taste exactly the same. And the other thing is they're all going to be sweet. It's not bad, but it's not really what you're expecting. And the third thing, when it comes to biryani is just colored rice in the UK. There's no flavor, there's no taste whatsoever. It's really not what you have in mind. We've just given up on biryani. The fourth thing, a lot of things are different when you come to the UK. Like for instance, if you order naans or if you buy naans from a shop or kulchas, they're really not what you expect, and there's a very high probability you won't enjoy it, because truth be told, I've not been enjoying Indian food here. So save yourself the money. Don't buy Indian pre-packed store food. It will just leave you disappointed. The options are you could either make it yourself or go to some legit Indian restaurants that you've read reviews of and you know they actually taste like Indian food. The next thing is a little surprising. Don't buy premium skincare products in the UK. If you're used to particular brands and you do not want to change, ensure that you bring enough stock to last you probably till you go home the next time. I made the mistake of just bringing whatever I had already, assuming that the costs would be really similar because I didn't pay too much attention to the costs. Let me give you the example of Clinique Moisturizer. The same package costs 3,100 rupees in India, and here it costs 4,000. That's about 40 pounds, and this is when there was a discount going on. So there is a big price difference between things. The same goes for any luxury brands you're probably using. They're probably going to be cheaper in your home country, so it's very simple. Just do the research before you actually leave. If it's cheaper in your home country, buy it in your home country. Do not buy it in the UK, or you'll end up spending a lot more in small things like this. Moving on. Do not buy touristy things when you move to the UK. You're going to be intrigued. You'll see this I Love London t-shirt and you'll be like, oh, I absolutely need one. Or you'll see a Cambridge hoodie or an Oxford hoodie when you're walking down their streets and you'll think, I should get myself one. No, you do not need to get yourself one. Don't fall for this trap, because these tourist traps have been created to trap tourists into buying souvenirs based on whims because they want to have memories associated with that place. But you're going to be living in the UK, so why do you need that? To add to it, a lot of these items are overpriced for absolutely no reason, so you do not need it. Save the money. Now, something equally important is what you must absolutely pack when you're moving to the UK. And it's easy to forget this in the entire scheme of things, but they're really, really important and you must absolutely not leave them behind. Now, if you'd like to know more, all you need to do is watch this.